3, 2, 1. Okay, I'll take that one up. That's fine. Whatever.
What was it?
Wait, I'll try again.
Because you two are slightly. I know now that you two are slightly behind me, so I can just do it like that.
Or we're just retarded.
Yeah, I mean there's that. Okay. Hello and welcome back to Swindon SmashCast. Hopefully this should be episode 3. We have a special guest today.
It's me.
It's not you, Dylan. Shut up. Would you like to introduce yourself, person?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Will my name be in the title?
Yeah, you can just do it like that because I'm fucking tired and I don't want to.
Oh,
What's
no,
up, everybody? It's your boy Bair Shokii here.
What's up,
Basically,
guys?
yeah.
Bair Shokii here. Hi.
Fucking here.
I'm
Hi.
Shokii.
Do you want to tell us a bit about yourself?
Yeah, go on then. My name's Bair Shokii, also known as Alex Smith. I'm from
No
the
one calls
southwest
him
of the UK. I'm a Smash 4 TO and player, and I play Smash. What else do you want to know?
That's good.
What-
That's a pretty good way to start.
What
Alright,
colour are your
cool.
eyes?
Oh,
Yeah, what colour are your
I
eyes?
actually have lovely blue eyes.
That sounds beautiful.
And basically, if I had blonde hair, I'd be a perfect Aryan.
Oh, I thought you said
Yeah.
Archie has lovely blue eyes.
No.
Who's Archie?
Dunno. I'd like to introduce to you Archie. He's our special guest for the day.
Archie, the other guest.
Yeah.
I just leave.
Has to...
Archie takes my place.
Yeah, thanks, Shokii. Thanks for helping with the intro there. Now we'll get the real guest.
Alright, yeah.
Okay. Has anything? Well, like yesterday was Halloween, of course. Did anything happen last night for any of you guys?
I sat and played
Did you get-
Assassin's Creed. It was very fun.
I got
Was it
killed.
spooky? Poor Dylan.
I went to
You went
Tesco
to
with
Weekly.
my... No, I didn't go in the end.
Really?
Yeah, because I realised I'm broke. But I went to Tesco
Oh.
with my mum, and on the way we almost ran over like 7 children because everyone was out being spooky.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah,
That sounds like a fun day.
there's nothing scarier than a road traffic accident. Or very little, anyway.
What about a spooky
I sat
ghost?
No.
Oh no!
Whoa!
Whoa, dude!
Enough of that, please. Can't even hear the word ghost. Makes me poo myself.
Okay, and what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I just spent the evening watching Gotham, being very bored because I'm not that big of a fan of Gotham.
Oh.
You should have watched something else, my man.
Well, then my brother makes me watch it. 'Cause he's like, "Oh, we gotta watch Gotham." I'm like, "I don't want to watch Gotham. We're watching
You
Gotham."
could have just not done it.
Yeah.
Uh,
Not possible.
sometimes it's just easier just to let my brother get away with his shit.
Okay.
Otherwise it's just
God,
tough.
sounds like an abusive relationship.
I thought this was meant to be
Anyway,
a Smash cast.
No, we're gonna get on with that now. We're
Cancelling
gonna get on
now.
with that now. We've done our little weekly recap where nothing happened apart from being spooky.
welcome
Um,
to Swindon Counselling Cast. We're here with abused brother Kyrrone.
Have I actually been called here for like an intervention or something?
Yeah. Basically,
Under
we've got
false
cakes and
pretenses.
everything.
Yeah, please give me an intervention.
You can't tell if this is a joke or a cry for help.
It's a joke, don't worry.
That's how all the best cries for help start off.
Right, so here I've made a list called Shokii Gay Shit, which is going to be our list of questions I'm going to ask him.
Is that a joke?
The
about
first one
games?
for Shokii is, what is your Smash history? How did it start, and how have you got to where you are today?
Alright, so basically... Sorry, that was me like half yawning, like a half a stretch.
Oh, I thought you were trying to nut again.
Mm.
Like, what?
Mm.
Ugh.
Alright, so basically, I played Smash when I was a lot younger. I played Brawl when I was, I don't know, in year 7 or 8. So that was, well, when I was 12, 13, 14-ish. And I'm 20 now. So, long time
Damn.
ago.
What the fuck?
And I
Who
played.
did you play then?
I played Brawl at friends' houses because I actually didn't have a Wii or Smash myself, so I only was able to play it at friends' houses. And I played.
That was like me, except I didn't have friends.
Oh. Yeah. The first character I played was Pit because I thought he was cool. I thought like the fact he could fly,
Yeah.
like Luigi. Like so. Obviously now I main Luigi, and I mained Luigi for most of the time I played Brawl. But when I first started playing, I played Pit because I thought he can fly, and he has multiple jumps. So you know when you're like really new to Smash and you just can't recover or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
playing
now.
Pit made that really easy. Because I just flew onto the stage and had like loads of jumps, and then I had a bow and arrow and 2 swords, which I thought was really cool. Like even now, if I'm playing a game where like I have like a sort of not medieval fighter, but like those sort of games, like
Yeah.
if I can have a bow and 2 swords, then I'm fucking lit. And like for some reason, I've just always thought that was like a cool way to fight. Just
It is a cool way to fight.
yeah, and so yeah, I just thought Pit was really cool in that regard, and I was able to spam side B a lot in Brawl against my friends,
Ah,
which is
you sound like
Hiya!
our friend Ethan.
and yeah, and so that was like the start of Brawl, and then I got a Wii of my own, and started playing the game with my family and friends when they came over. So I played mostly with my dad because me and my dad just play games together. That's like what we do, and
Was your dad better than you?
Probably. I can't remember. And so yeah, I played Pit for ages, and then when I got it myself, I started playing Luigi and Kirby because, well, Luigi's my favourite Nintendo character and like always has been. And then
He's pretty dank.
yeah, and then Kirby I just thought was like a cool little blob. I don't know how else to like explain it. I just thought he was a cool little blob who again had loads of jumps, so it was easy to recover. Like I used to not like playing Luigi as much because I thought it was like harder to recover because I only had like 1 jump and an up B, and like that was a lot harder. So yeah, that was my start, and then eventually I just stopped playing Smash. Full stop.
Rip.
And then here we are today.
Yeah,
Smash.
and yeah, then when Smash for 3DS came out, when the demo came out, I played it on the demo, and I had a decent amount of fun with that. It was just like messing around and stuff like that. And then the main 3DS copy came out, and I bought that and played it. And then it was just casual, like completely casual. And then
Yeah.
Smash Wii U came out, and I didn't have a Wii U or anything for like the first few months of the game. And so I didn't actually play Smash Wii U until like months in. I just played on 3DS, just messing about. I eventually got a Wii U and just started playing with people. So I went round to Genova had it on Wii U as well.
Oh, let's go Genova.
And we'd play it. So we'd either go round mine or go round Genova's and play Smash Wii U with myself and Kazooie, who lived down here in the southwest back then. And
Back in the day.
Top commentator Kazooie.
yeah, and we just started playing, and I was enjoying it more and more. Like I thought Luigi was cooler in this game, which he is. Like Luigi in Brawl and Luigi in Smash 4 is so different. Like he's actually enjoyable to play in Smash 4.
I never really saw him in Brawl. I just sort of forgot he was a character. It's like Mario 2, and no one likes Mario anyway.
Yeah, that's because Luigi is complete ass in Brawl. Like his traction is so much worse, or at least it feels worse. And other than that, he has like no combos apart from like down throw back air at low percent, and like he's awful. He's actually awful in Brawl. But yeah, so we just played around with us three. And then I'm quite a competitive person in general. Like before that, I played competitive Yu-Gi-Oh for 4 or 5 years, and
Oh yeah, you have some like wins, don't you, in that?
sort of. I've got good player wins. So I've beaten good players in the UK scene. One of my big training partners used to be Matthew Mills, who is actually a very known player in the UK scene. He has won and done well in some really big tournaments, and I used to train and play with him a lot, as well as Genova, who played as well.
Yeah.
I'm actually my computer desk is my mouse mats are currently 2 of my regional playmats that I won.
Yeah, that's how I thought I knew you had some good wins, because I remember you showing that on stream once.
LMAO. And but yeah, I've never done well at any like particularly big events in that, but I've done well in smaller events. But that's not the point. That's basically like that game like cultivated my competitive nature. So when we started playing Smash, I was like, I've got to play this game competitively. Like, I wasn't satisfied just playing it as friendlies and stuff like that. And so there's a local club in Taunton called Green Goblins, which is mostly a tabletop gaming club. And I went to the organiser of it, who I know quite well, and I was like, oh, is it cool if I start up Smash tournaments? She was like, yeah, if you think it can bring in people, like it's not something we usually do, but yeah, go ahead. I was like, cool. So I started up a Smash tournament, and it was every 2 weeks, and basically it was myself, Kazooie, Genova, and then Grinch. And that was when I first met Isaac, who is Grinch. He came along to... Kazooie brought him along to one of the events, because obviously they're brothers, if you didn't know that.
I've still got Grinch's car in my coat. I've got Grinch's coat in my car.
Oh yeah, he wants that back.
He can come and motherfucking get it.
What the fuck? Yeah,
I'm joking.
Yeah, and so I met Grinch there, and it was often like we had to get 8 people to fill a bracket, so that basically our prize pool was amiibos. So because
cool.
Gambling isn't allowed at the club of any kind.
That's stupid.
And so, money gambling, I suppose. And so they funded us to get the amiibos, which we then used as prizes for the tournament. And so it'd be like, generally it would be like the 4 of us who actually played, and then I'd have to like wrangle up 4 other people who kind of liked the game and play like an 8-person bracket. Eventually we got more people who kind of knew the game more and played it. So what's an example? People from Exeter came a bit, and like, you know, a bit of this, a bit of that. People came from around, and it was cool.
Yeah.
And then eventually, you know, we got decentish turnout sometimes, and when I say decentish, I mean 10 to 12 people. And then eventually that died down a bit, because I was like, I couldn't be asked to run it on a Friday night and drag my console across town and shit like that.
Yeah.
And so that died down, and I was like, I'm not satisfied finishing the tournament scene here. Well, actually, it died down, and then I went to a tournament in Exeter where I did abysmally. Like, I think I won 1 match, and it kind of shook me. Like, I was like, I thought I was better than that. Which is,
but you're actually at Kyrrone standard.
Yeah. And, yeah, I thought I was better than that, which is, you know, a classic thing for new players in a game. It's, you know, you think you're better than you are. But
Yeah.
and so I that kind of shook me, and I was like, wow, I actually really want to get better. So we started playing Smash more, and just we kind of brought it back to the club. We didn't play it in tournaments. We just had a setup there where we'd play and practice and stuff like that. And then I started up a couple more tournaments there, and that's where those last few tournaments is actually where we met Alios and Magna. Yeah, Alios and Magna.
Damn.
And
well, they just like showed up because they already played the game, or?
Yeah, and you know, Magnus told me on occasions like he thought he'd rock up there and destroy everyone, sort of thing. Like, and yeah, I think that was kind of what got him into wanting to improve and get better at the game as well. And so after a couple more of those, I was like, Friday nights isn't really an ideal time to play. Like, a lot of people, you know, want to just sit in at home on Friday night, or, you know, go out drinking or whatever. And so we were like, okay, let's start up a Saturday tournament. And Bair Smash happened. And that's it.
I still need to make one of them.
That's basically how it is to this day. You know, after that we just started Bair Smash, cultivated Bair Smash, started travelling to tournaments more and such like that. And yeah, that leads up to today, I guess. Just kind of keeping going with Bair
Yeah.
Smash.
And that actually brings me straight on to my next question. So I've just put the note here saying Bair Smash. So would you like to talk about what your favourite things about hosting is, your least favourite,
Sure.
or your favourite experiences?
Your favourite players, your least favourite players, the guys you really can't stand, the ones you
don't do
fuck,
that.
marry, kill.
We ain't doing bitch cast
No,
today.
fuck, marry,
Unless we
kill
really want to.
on Bair Smash.
All right. I'll explain TOing and stuff like that first. So the truth is, I actually hate TOing. I really don't like it. But my drive to improve the scene and have the scene going and stuff like that overrides that by a long way. And I'd rather have the scene there and run it myself than it not be there at all.
Yeah.
And I'd say it's a lot of work. It's not that much work to TO. At the I don't want to say standard, but sort of the level of TOing I do, because I only obviously TO a smallish monthly event, and all I have to do is go into the shop where we have the tournament, check when we can run the tournaments, and then we just do them. We just we just have the tournament, and I make a Facebook page, and that's basically it for my contribution, other than running the tournament on the day. But TOing isn't something I necessarily wanted to go into, or even look to stay in the long run. But I feel like I feel like I can do it better than people, if that makes sense. I feel like I have more of a drive than a lot of people to kind of push the TOing aspect and push the tournament, actually try and get more people to come, all of this. And
yeah,
I think, to be honest, not a lot of people really enjoy TOing. They sort of do it because it feels sort of satisfying to make a scene out of it.
Yeah, sure. It's also quite disheartening as well, to be honest.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when you make a tournament and run it, and you have a good turnout one week, and you're 1 month, and this is really good, and then you have a bad tournament turnout the next. You're is it because of the tournament? Is it because of you wonder why people have decided not to come that month or whatever, and you're is it because of how I ran the tournament? Is it just because of the location of the tournament, the venue, blah 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 blah? And sometimes it is quite disheartening to you, but
I can imagine.
It's as I said, I TO because I want to push forward the Smash scene, especially in the Southwest. The Southwest has so far to go, and I feel like I can push it if I want to, and that's kind of why I do it.
Actually, can I just ask another question at this point, because it's on my list, because solocarry wanted to ask this one.
Okay.
What do you think the Southwest needs to grow as a scene?
So much.
It's true.
Dedicated scenes.
Swindon.
Hey, you live here too.
The problem with the Southwest is activity. We, our Taunton monthlies. Okay, I'm gonna throw things on blast right now, but Wales is generally seen as the second worst region in the Southwest, in the UK, sorry, with the Southwest being generally the worst. And when you put that into context, Wales being the second worst, their weeklies bring in almost as many people as our Taunton monthlies.
Yeah.
When you put that into perspective, that shows a lot. And I've said,
I mean, you got to think about Cooper's Keep and things. They have.
Yeah, exactly. So their monthly, gets 30 people on average, whereas we get about 14, maybe. And that's our average-ish. It's about 14, I think. We've had some that have gone over that, going into 16 to 19 region. I think 19 is the most we've had. But overall, that's still not very big. And
Yeah.
for a place when you consider how people travel in London, like people will travel like an hour or so or more to get to Meltdown in London, whereas Taunton is literally like half an hour from Exeter, half an hour from Bristol by train. It's a £10 return usually, like £10 to £12 return to either of those places. And yet the Exeter scene, there aren't that many people, to be fair. There's like only like 3 or 4 of them. But the Bristol scene has loads of, like, plenty of people who just don't travel. And like they don't have monthly tournaments in Bristol, like, regularly. They have the weeklies.
Well, bi-weeklies.
It's a weekly. Like, yeah, exactly. And like, and they don't travel to the tournaments that are actually there. And to be honest, like, I'm not saying we as like the Taunton region are any better, but you know, like the Southwest just generally doesn't travel enough. We don't put ourselves in situations where we can improve, and I don't think there's enough of a sort of lust to improve. Like, people say they want to improve, but they don't go through the effort to improve. Like, even outside of Afro Smash, our best players are literally from a dead scene. Like, just think of that. Like, our current number 3 on the PR. Well, Dev isn't from here anymore, so that takes, like,
Rip Dev.
Dev isn't in the Southwest anymore, so that's one of our big players gone. And J Child, who's currently number 4, lives in Cornwall, where the scene basically doesn't exist anymore. And then HNI, who's our number 4 right now, is basically a London player anyway. Like, and he doesn't come to the Southwest tournaments, like, really. And
it's quite so. Basically, Southwest is just a collection of dead scenes.
Well, no, I don't want to say that. I think the Taunton scene is still thriving, and we still get people coming down and all of that, but it's not enough. Like, it's just not enough. It's not enough to push a scene to get better. Along with that, other scenes have those players that are really high level, and not really high level, but like high level players. Especially the North and London, where the high level players kind of end up pushing the lower level players, and so on and so on. And
it's kind of like disappointing because like Bristol sort of, I would say, is one of the main hubs of the Southwest.
Yeah.
But like the place where they do it is so tiny that you couldn't fit like a good sized monthly in there.
Well, no. Alright, the venue used to be completely fine, and then they changed the layout of it.
Yeah, it's like
really?
It's a lot bigger space now.
I haven't been there in ages, so I don't know.
I think there's a lot wrong with the Bristol scene, but I wouldn't really want to go into it.
Yeah.
Like,
I think Solocarry wants to actually do something on, like, say, the weeks where
Well, Frenzy was saying
yeah.
So like maybe someone needs to start getting a better scene for Bristol.
I think the big thing about Bristol is they need consistent monthlies, which would attract a lot of people. Like, I think Bristol monthlies would be really good, and they need their players to just kick themselves and think, I actually want to get better at this game. Which is up to, it's up to the player, it's not up to anyone else. Like, you can't force someone to want to get better at a game. Or you can't force someone to actively do the things they need to do to progress. But I think if Bristol and the Southwest want to be a better scene, I think that's what has to happen. Like, I think a lot of the potential that could happen is with Bristol having a more consistent scene. Especially, Afro comes to like all of the monthlies. I don't get why they don't host the monthlies when the top player in the Southwest actually attends the monthlies.
Yeah.
And yet
I don't think he would attend the weeklies. That's not worth it for him.
No, I don't see an issue with Afro not attending weeklies. I don't see an issue with Afro not attending anything. Like, he has no reason to attend anything in the Southwest. It doesn't help him. If anything, it hinders him by just playing against lower standard players. But the fact that he does come to the monthlies just shows that, like, there is a facet here where players can sit down and play against Afro. You know, like, when I went to the Bristol, the last Bristol monthly I went to, not the last one, which kind of crashed and burned, didn't it? There was, like, 9 players.
I think there's one before. That's the one before the recent one, because I think they just got under the amount of Swine Out Shield. But there was one where they had like 6 players, and it.
Oh, that was the one that, like,
disappointing from what I heard.
Yeah, they're on the same weekend as us, weren't they?
Oh yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I like on the last Bristol monthly tournament. Well, on the last Bristol tournament, I shouldn't even call it a monthly because it's not a monthly. It's like.
Let's call it big event.
Regional, I guess, but
big in quotation marks, whatever they're called.
In Southwest terms.
Yeah. And I went there, and like when I've forgotten, it was at some point in the tournament. I just went up and to Afro. I went, yo, can we get games? And I played against Afro for a little while, and then I went up to Frog, who was there, and I was like, can we get games? And I played him for a little while, and you know, it was really good practice, and all of that practice really matters. And just having those players there who you can just fiend friendlies off of, just it helps you put your gameplay into perspective, and it helps you think more about things.
Yeah.
Like, I played against H&I ages ago, and you know, we've played because you know, we get along in that. And I went round his like a month and a half ago, maybe a bit more than that actually. Yeah, definitely more than that, but. Maybe like 2 months ago, and I played against him, and I was losing still, but he was like, you're using the information that I gave you really well, and you're using like all of you're playing the matchup better, because he plays Sheik and I play Luigi. It's a matchup that I've always found like near impossible, like it's so hard, but he was like, you're playing the matchup better, and you're using the advice I gave you, and that's good. And that's what we need, like, as a region. We just need, like, to learn, not matchup specific, but just how to play the game better. Like, I don't know how else to describe it, but, like, it's
kind of like we need some mentors.
The people are there, it's just people have to reach out for it.
Yeah, but, like, as I said with Afro, he goes to the monthlies. Like, he goes to those tournaments, and people just don't... I don't want to say take advantage of it, but I guess that's what I mean. Like, I have a lot of gripes with the Southwest scene in general.
But I think, the main thing is just a monthly. Like, I don't think weeklies are the problem at all. I think a monthly would just do absolute wonders for the scene. Like, a consistent once-a-month tourney. Doesn't have to be at 8-bit. Like, 8-bit's a good venue. But just in Bristol. Of course.
I think Bair Smash is the only consistent one in the
in the Southwest. It is. We are the only consistent tournament, like in general. Full Smash 4 and Smash Melee actually. For all Smash games, we're the only consistent.
Do you Melee now?
No. But I mean, just for Smash in general, we are the only consistent tournament. And
Dylan got his little Melee boner for a second.
We used to do Melee, but we actually stopped doing it because people didn't turn up for it. And we'd have like 5 or 6 players at our monthly event for Melee, and we just couldn't host a tournament. And so which bothers me as well, because Bristol has so many Melee players, and it's not like I didn't advertise it there.
Yeah, I don't know.
And they just...
I don't know. They just go to weeklies and like... I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah, but Melee isn't the problem in the Southwest, I don't think. Like, Melee has its scene in the Southwest, and, you know, we have decent players for Melee. Obviously, we have Frenzy. I know, is Aiken still good at Melee? I think he wasn't he?
Yeah, he's still good. He came second
I believe so. And he came, like, 4th or 5th or something at the Bristol event on Saturday.
Sure. I know they have decent melee players in that, so that's not a big problem for the Southwest. The problem for melee is that it's just dying in the UK, but that's a different sort of topic. But yeah, I think the Southwest generally has a lot of things it needs to work
and
on.
it can be done, like...
yeah, but even, like...
Yo, I'm back.
I think there's an approach that players need to take as well. I think... I look at myself and I think I practice a lot. But really, I practice once or twice a week with Magna. And a lot of that, I don't utilise the practice. I just kind of play.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big thing, is like learning how to utilise practice, because you can improve on your own. Like, maybe you can't get to the top echelon of players just by playing, you know, with the same
Brad's
person.
done well doing it by himself for a while.
But yeah, exactly. You can just sort of fiend your weaknesses and look at where they are, look at why you're getting hit in situations, watch videos of you play, get people to analyse your play, all of this, and it is important, I think, to do that. But I think even the driven players in the Southwest and the players who want to get better don't do that, and they don't kind of do that. But I can't blame that, because there's not really a reason to. Like, the Southwest is so cut off from all of the other scenes. Like, even Wales going to the north is not that bad. Like, it's far, but getting a train from Taunton to Wales takes 2 or 3 hours with 3 switches, I think, and it's so expensive. Yeah, it's so expensive. And
it's like why I haven't been to tournaments at the moment, because since I'm not a student anymore, bus prices have gone up, and a lot of monthlies now are on Sundays, and bus times make that even worse. And then I have to get a train after that from Swindon. So it just makes things really awkward. That's why you hardly see me at tournaments anymore, because I don't want to rely on dinner so much. I find that just Southwest has kind of the shit transport.
Oh yeah.
If you're not from Bristol.
Yeah, definitely.
Even from Bristol, trains have always been bad in the Southwest.
But
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything more to say about the Southwest scene. It's just kind of, it is what it is right now, and unless people change the way they are, or how they want to play the game, and that, I don't think it's going to change. I think...
Because I sort of...
Yeah, sorry.
I was just saying, I sort of interrupted sort of your talking about being a TO with the whole Southwest thing, if you want to continue to talk about that in a bit, sort of what you enjoy.
On the
Fuck,
BS boys. What is the Southwest scene in general?
Alright. Kill is a hard one, because I'm a TO, you know. I've got to take into consideration things.
Just kill me fair.
If I'm not fuck or marry, I'm really angry.
Oh, I thought you were talking about mainly Bair
Southwest in general.
Oh, well, I'll fuck dinner.
Good choice.
I'll have to marry Grinch, really, don't I?
Oh yeah, he's beautiful.
Me and Grinch when we're playing doubles sometimes, it actually feels like we're so insane. It's unbelievable. It's so weird. No, I'll do something. I'll just be I'll dash attack someone. And, a Luigi dash attack is generally seen as, not a good move.
Trash. And
then I'll just watch him jump up from the other side of the stage and DK fair spike them into the fucking bottom blast zone. I'm like, Grinch, you are a god. And we'll just do stuff like that, and it's just good. It's just, yeah. And we had...
He's your rock.
I think it was last Bair Smash, where we managed to combo Luigi's up smash into DK's up smash, or something like that, and killed both Spencer and Davey at the same time. Because I like up smash Davey into Grinch's up smash, who was up smashing Spencer, and like they like hit both of them. It's crazy.
That's
I think
gross.
you can see it on the Bair Smash channel. If
Yeah, that's actually one thing I want to talk about the Bair Smash scene. I actually appreciate, like, I don't know who does the VODs there, but they bring them out straight away, and it's actually fantastic.
Alios does it, and it used to be Alios and Spider, but Spider's obviously gone back to Poland.
Oh, is he?
Or whatever he's done. Yeah, so he's not playing here anymore. It's a shame, because Spider was one of the first Bair Smash players. Like, he was one of the first people who consistently came to Bair Smash. And
he's OG.
yeah, and he'll definitely be
He's
missed.
a nice guy as well, from what I remember.
Yeah. He's a really cool guy.
He was like giving me advice about how to play faster, and he just said play Osu, and I was like, I already do that.
And yeah, and he's really like he's passionate about the game. Like he'll always be like, oh, let me send you this clip where I do this cool thing. And I've sometimes gone down my replays list and just found that he sent me replays where he's like, oh, I did something. And it's really
nice
cool
to see.
And his one problem is obviously his SDing. He SDs all the time, but
who did he play?
Pikachu. So he's imagine like Simon, but SDs more.
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine that.
And yeah, he's actually like really good, and his knowledge of the character is so good, and he'll like he'll like be up like he'll have a 2-stock lead on Grinch or something. This has genuinely happened. I've watched it happen in tournament. He'll have like he'll be on 2 stocks. He'll have almost a complete stock lead on Grinch, and then he'll just die to something the first stock, and then just SD really early the second stock and just lose himself the game. And he's done it against me before, where he definitely would have had the game. And
would it be like if he's trying to show off with, say, like a ledge slip on the up B and just mess it up?
Not even that. He'll just SD like in situations where you'd be like, how did you SD then? Like, it's really weird. But yeah, he has so much potential to be like, I know it doesn't sound like much, but like at the top sort of area of the Bair Smash people. Well, obviously used to, and he just has certain downfalls which don't help him. But yeah, what was the initial question? I don't know. I just went on something.
I was talking about how the VODs get released so quickly.
Oh yeah, and so it's Alios. I don't know how he does it, but he is so good at just he'll take the videos home from Bair Smash and then they'll be up like the next day, and it's really good.
Must have good internet.
Yeah, it's really good, really impressive, and yeah, it's just I like to think the Bair Smash team in general is really efficient.
Yeah. You're a good bunch.
Apart from Magna. Kill Magna.
Oh yeah, fuck him.
Yeah, it's yeah, I think just the Bair Smash team in general, like we've had, obviously me and Alios have had some quite public arguments before as well. But
Yes.
in general, I think we're all quite a good bunch of people who get along and stuff. Like, I think that's the main thing. Like, the people who the Bair Smash boys, the people who rep the BS tag, are all knit well, and that's I think that's important to me. Like, I think without the Bair Smash boys, I don't think I'd still be running it. Like, without that sort of support of like a small community, a small group of players who play, and like, it stems to like me and Genova have been friends for years, and myself and Grinch have been, good friends since we met really. Like, we had a Smash Fest because I was Kazui's friend before I was Grinch's friend.
I didn't actually believe that when you said that today.
Oh.
I thought you knew Grinch and then you met Kazooie.
No, Kazooie, I knew Kazooie like 2 years or more before I even met Isaac. And we just kind of Kazooie, as I said earlier, brought him to the tournament, And we actually played at the first tournament he went to, Grinch went to, and I remember we got into a Game 3 situation, and he played Falcon against me on the Game 3. Like, Grinch used to, like, not have a main, basically. He played, like, Greninja, Lucario, Falcon, Little Mac. Like, he just played all of these characters, just kind of seemingly randomly. But I always used to, and I probably still do, have problems against heavies and fast characters. And those, I just find it a struggle to play against in general. Like, and so when he went Falcon, I was like, okay, let's go, let's try to play this. And in that Game 3, because obviously I was, quite new to the game. We were both, fairly new to playing the game competitively and everything. So we weren't, that good with movement and finding combos, punishing properly, blah, 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 all of that. And I remember he got me to like 120% on my last stock before I took his first stock. And I was like, okay, shit. And then I just remember I was, just playing really sort of bad. But like it was what...
Going
no,
easy?
not at all. I mean, like, I was bad as a player.
He's gone dead. Has he died?
Me?
Playing really sort of...
Oh.
Let's just finish the story for him.
Wait,
You just died. Hello.
There you are.
hello?
Yeah. Yeah, he died very
Oh,
briefly.
I think I might have done something to my mic. Okay,
You're playing
you
really...
You say like,
sort of.
you're playing sort of, and then...
Oh, yeah, like, you know when you're like... you look back and you're like, wow, I was awful. It was like that, so I was like rolling around a lot and just running and just trying to get like loads of chip damage on Grinch. And for some reason, because of this, just like possibly just because of our level, he just couldn't find a kill on me. And so he was just doing damage to me, but I just wasn't dying. Like, I think I got to like 200%, and he was at 50%. And like, I remember I was stood in the middle of the stage, and he just rolled back into me. And I just upbeat straight away, and it killed him at like 50%, and I was on like over 200%. And
That's disgusting.
yeah, and I remember like Kyle. Does anyone know the player Kyle Bay? He's a Yoshi and Robin.
I think so.
No,
Yeah.
I don't know.
He used to come to a lot more of the tournaments, but he doesn't anymore. But he was like, "Oh, that was so bullshit. That was so jank." And Grinch just, I remember, I will never forget this. Grinch turned around and just went, "No, you just played better than me." And I was like, yeah.
Marry me.
Yeah. And I don't think Grinch has ever reacted that way after getting that ever again. Like,
He didn't quite understand, I think.
But yeah, and but yeah, so like I've been friends with these people for like ages, and what I was saying about Grinch, from when we first met, we got along pretty well, and then there was Kazooie once had a Smash Fest where it was me, Kazooie, Genova, and Grinch was there, but like he wasn't, we were Aaron's friends, and so it wasn't really a like big thing. But Grinch came down. I remember like Aaron and Genova, Kazooie and Genova both went to bed, and me and Grinch just stayed up till like 4 a.m. just fiending friendlies. And it's still what we do today. Like whenever we're around each other's house or whatever, we'll just be there fiending whatever game we're playing. Like if he comes round before Bair Smash, we'll often be up until like 3 a.m. just playing. Like not even like practicing, just playing, just having a good time. And like I was around his the other week, and we were playing Mortal Kombat until like 4 a.m. And
Jesus.
yeah, that's just like what we do, I guess. And
Actually, how is the scene for Mortal Kombat going? Like, you trying to found anyone yet?
it's not really. I haven't made any attempt, but it was basically Mortal
Didn't
Kombat. is a
Genova
good
like
game.
win some fatty
And
tournament
so-
for it?
Yeah, I don't know the like whole
Genova's such a
story or anything,
mysterious
but
man.
back in the day. Yeah, yeah. Like even I didn't know that. I've known Genova for like 6 years, and I didn't know that.
And we were fucking at Magnus' house, and he just turns around and he's like, "I'm moving to Cardiff in a few months."
Oh, don't talk about that, man. I'm still fucking angry. But whatever.
YTS Genova when?
But yeah, Genova just is mysterious. But like we've been friends for ages and that. And yeah, I just think the Bair Smash community in general, like the Bair Smash boys especially, are just really tight knit and that. And even down to Bridges, Bridges is probably like, I wouldn't say the outlier. Like he was one of the most recently joined members, but he is the only person to be to every Bair Smash.
Damn.
Yeah,
Really?
he's been to every single Bair Smash.
He doesn't live in Taunton either, does he?
No, he's from Exeter.
He was my first opponent at Bristol ever.
Really?
And before that, we watched Splits rage at that tournament
Oh my
player, and he was
God.
telling me about how he comes to the Bair Smashes and just.
Is it just
Yeah.
tradition now to talk about splits every episode?
No, it's just my interaction with Bridges. That's just what I remember.
But yeah, and just they're all good guys. Like that's the main thing. I've forgotten what the initial question was. It was something about it was the video.
No, it was fuck, marry, kill. You didn't get to kill.
Yeah.
Oh,
Who are you gonna kill?
okay. So fuck dinner, marry Grinch. Who am I gonna kill?
Just kill me. This is just one big cry for help.
It's a hard one.
Why won't you let me die?
I'm trying to think of like people who like regularly go to Bair Smash that / are in the southwest.
What, that you wouldn't mind killing?
Like yeah. Like part of me wants to say like Phoenix because then I'd be the best Luigi in the
No,
southwest.
because I'm still here.
So
Yeah. What if J Minna moves down?
right, dinner. Let's get this straight. Your Luigi's trash.
Shit.
What?
I'm joking, man. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Talking out your ass.
Right. No, actually, last time I watched it, I was like,
What, my Luigi? Alright.
yeah. I was like pleasantly surprised. I was like, oh wow, he's actually like.
I tried to
fumbling
play.
okay,
I tried to
and,
play
like,
him
stuff
in
like
the
that.
AM bracket at Cooper's Keep, I think, or in pools or something, and I just forgot how to play him completely.
Yeah.
I started rolling around and just up B in at like 20%. I think it was versus Kazooie.
Kazooie, who's been playing the Luigi matchup.
I was just like, I went to play DK, and I was like, oh wait, no, I switched to Luigi, and I just started rolling and up B.
Kazooie brought out Falco on.
Kazooie's Falco's lit.
Yeah, Kazooie's Falco is his main.
He doesn't really. His
What?
main is like, and yeah,
I thought
it's
you played
Ike,
Kirby,
Kirby,
and then
Yeah,
Falco.
right.
Confused.
Kazooie's Falco is like his actual main and the character he's like best with.
Yeah, he wouldn't
never
even
plays
Falco
him.
it at me.
No, and I don't
He
get
wanted to
why.
play
'Cause,
Ike.
like, his best character is by far Falco.
Yeah, he fucks me and it's like friendlies.
But like, he just doesn't play Falco. I don't get it. I don't get it. He just doesn't play Falco. And
No.
yeah, that's it for
So
Kazooie
kill
on
Kazooie.
that subject.
So fuck dinner, marry Grinch, kill Phoenix.
Yeah, simply because then I'd be the best Luigi in the southwest.
All right. Okay. And I think I had a question, or did I forget it?
I forgot it.
Yeah, I forgot it. So I'll go on to my. Yeah. Oh no, I remember now. Who is your favourite player of all time?
Oh,
Like top player. Could
can
be.
I have a
I'm
can
gonna
I have a top three?
No, not allowed.
Go for it. Yeah. Fuck you, Shokii.
So my
I think he
My
died.
top
again.
three-
Never mind.
my top three. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
All
I
right,
can hear
cool. It's just you said I died, and I was like, okay. But yeah, my top three. I'd say like most influential players. It's hard. I know who my like top three most like the players that influence me are, but like I don't know. Sorry.
What?
I mean, if you want to mention them, you can.
I don't know if favourite is the right word, but like
Yeah.
the players that like I really like followed and who encouraged me to get better sort of are J Tails, Nakat, and J Miller. And
The cat was one of my first as well when I played Ness.
yeah, and I played Ness quite a bit when I first started, but that wasn't like the reason why I watched him. I just remember, I think I watched his stream, and like, I don't know, there was just something about Nakat, like his personality and how he held himself, how he like his approach to the game and everything that really inspired me to play. And it was the same with J Tails, where he released all of these community videos, and like I don't know. I just remember watching J Tails and watching his YouTube channel, and like, obviously back at the start of the game, he was like a top Diddy Kong. Like I think he was the first Diddy Kong to win a major.
Something like that, and he was like the first person to beat M2K as well, I think.
Yeah,
something like
maybe
that.
Maybe one of these. Like, I can't remember, but like, yeah, I just remember like those were the big people I followed, and then I followed J Miller, obviously because he played Luigi and he was a UK player, and like, I heard about him, and I was like, wow, there's a UK player who plays the same character as me, who can contend with all of these big names, you know, because obviously he won Beast 5 yeah, he won Beast 5, and he just did, he was such a big presence at the start of Smash 4, and you know, even now still he's such a well-known and regarded player, and he's a player that I still look up to a lot. Like I'm a subscriber to his stream. I'm actually a mod on his stream, and all of that. And I don't know if anyone remembers, but I did a oh well, you guys might not have known me at that time actually. I wrote an article, just a Reddit article, on the relevance of having a secondary in Smash 4.
No, I didn't see that.
I'm gonna find this.
Oh my god. I can't remember. I could find the link to it, but I can't remember at all. And it's just, are secondaries necessary in Smash 4? And I wrote this long article with interviews from lots of different top players in the UK. And Jay Miller was one of the first players I wanted to interview on it, because he was a Luigi main, especially, and because he was a solo main, playing Luigi, a character that, you know, has considerable bad matchups, and yet he's, you know, the top 4 in the UK. I think he's number 4 right now, isn't he? He's either 3 or 4.
Yeah, you got Ixis first, Afro second, maybe Ho
I
third?
think it's Ho third and then Miller 4th. But yeah, and so, you know, he I did an interview with him. I also did an interview with Ho, Afro, and I did one with Grinch and one with Alios for that as well, just to kind of gauge a difference in level of play, like if there was any difference in opinion.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Jay Miller is just a player that I look up to a lot, and I think just he's got such a great personality as well. Like, he's really real. He's really, you know, he's just a cool guy.
Your dog's gone.
Yeah, it's because the doorbell rang, but it's fine. And yeah, just yeah, those are the 3 kind of players I really sort of looked up to and still look up to, and yeah, Nakat, J Tails, and J Miller. If I had,
I think that's actually pretty.
Yeah, sorry.
I was gonna say that's a pretty good answer if you don't want to think about like who your favourites are.
If I said favourite to watch, it would be easily Zero, Void, and Elegant.
Yeah.
Like that's easy. Like I love watching all 3 of those players. They're amazing. Like Zero, just you can see he's like, the thing about Diddy is that he has unfair things, but he doesn't have anything that's like, in my opinion, dishonest.
Yeah, I like saw on Twitter the other day that Maggie, I don't know
Magi.
how to pronounce it. Yeah, he posted like a bullshit
Yeah.
tier list, and out of all the top tiers, Diddy was like the lowest
Yeah.
out of all of them because really he doesn't have that massive hoo-ha anymore. Banana's a bit of a bitch, but like
But like
it's
everything's
not stupid.
everything's like really good but fair, if that makes sense. Like he just
Yeah.
has lots of really, really good things. And just watching Zero just completely outplay people on so many levels is it gets me so it gives me like goosebumps just watching him sometimes. Whereas it's one thing he's started doing sort of recently is he'll go up throw into air dodge read down air, then tech
That's
chase
sick, yeah.
up smash, and it's so
That's
good.
disgusting.
It's so good, and he'll just land and watch the tech chase and walk towards them and up smash, and it's so good. And just watching all of
Well,
these
stop
like
trying
crazy
that.
intelligent things.
It's stuff that
Zero
nobody
is so
does
good.
as well.
And
That's
then
what's
Void-
interesting about it.
Yeah. And obviously there's a clip
He doesn't-
against Raito where he monkey flips off, like Raito's trying to recover. Zero monkey flips off the stage. B reverse pop gun cancels. Jump B reverse pop gun cancels in the other direction to down air, and it catches him. And it's like, that's insane. And like, it's so good. And then Void.
He doesn't deserve the hate.
No,
Just
not
because he's the
at all,
best.
not
It's
at
the
all.
only
Zero-
reason he gets any hate.
I think it's partly his personality as well. Like, it sounds bad, but he's quite an easy personality to make fun of.
Yeah, I suppose.
Like,
Yeah.
It's
And
because,
there's
I don't
a
know,
few-
like, his jokes are kind of cheesy sometimes, like...
mm,
No, exactly.
Well, he's not a
he's
comedian,
not
though,
like,
is he?
he's not smooth like Anti or someone, and he's not like the type of person who talks
Yeah.
shit after they win, like a lot of players do.
yeah.
And he's not got no personality as well, which is hard to make fun of somebody with no personality. He's just got like a kind of almost like a child-friendly personality.
Quiet.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I think Zero doesn't deserve to get the hate he gets. That is. But like, I also love watching Void for like almost the same reason I love watching Zero. It's like that cold, calculated gameplay. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
he knows. Void knows if he F tilts you at this percent. Oh, sorry. If he F tilts you, he can do exactly this, and you watch him just do insane combos, and that's what I love. Like, just watching characters combo and watching players combo and like know their percents and all of this is just really interesting to me, and I love watching like Void play just because how flashy he is and everything. And I remember recently I was watching, I think it was Smash the Record. It was Void versus Esam in Grand Finals, and Void did this crazy combo. It was like F tilt, drag down, like Esam was at like 40, and he does F tilt, drag down nair onto the Smashville platform, tech chase pivot grab into back throw up air, and it kills. And it's like, it is so good. It is so good. And like, I love watching it. And then Elegant I like watching because he's Luigi, and his play just doesn't make sense to me. Like, it's so reckless and greedy and all of these things, but it works, and it's so fun to watch.
I've realised that, like, since this week, one of the players I completely forgot that I love watching is Zenyu, because it's like, he's like
that's
the
a good
Void
way
of
to put
Mario.
it,
so
yeah.
good.
The Void of Mario.
Oh yeah, and I think the last thing about Smash that I want to talk about with you is because you did the commentary at some commentary at Albion. How was that for you?
So that was such a good opportunity. Like, I don't know how else to put it, but like, before Albion, I'd only commentated at Bair Smash, and I really enjoyed commentating at Bair Smash. Like, that was one thing, and like, people would tell me that I was good at it, and like,
you are.
yeah,
good
and
at
so
it.
people would be like, "Oh, Shokii, you're really good at commentary," and like, people would be like, "Oh, Shokii's like the best commentator at Bair Smash," blah blah blah. I was like, that's cool because like I was good at something that I actually enjoyed doing. Like one of the things I prefer doing, like I actually prefer spectating Smash to playing Smash,
Okay.
and it's because of my competitive nature, and like I don't like a lot of the emotions that I get through playing competitive, if that makes sense. The difference in Smash is that with Yu-Gi-Oh, when I was playing, I could lose down to like a brick hand, like a bad hand, or I could lose to my opponent opening just the nuts or something. And there's so much extraneous variables in Yu-Gi-Oh that you like can't account for sometimes when you lose, and like, or when you win.
That's why I'm not a fan of card games, because just so much like can be out of your like sort of control.
And when I started getting into, when I started really playing Smash or trying to pursue Smash competitively, one thing I learned very quickly was there's nothing to blame except yourself for losing.
Yeah.
And apart from, sometimes there's random jank, but at the end of the day, it's your fault for getting hit by that a lot of the time.
Yeah. I was actually talking to, because I was lifeguarding a water polo tournament at work the other day, and I was like, all the coaches and people complaining to the referees for things.
Yeah.
And I was saying, if this was like I was saying, oh yeah, I play competitive games, and if like you messed up, you would have no one to blame for except yourself. And I was also talking about sort of the coaching as well. Like we don't have coaches, we don't have timeouts.
Yeah.
You play until you've lost or won, and it's like quite different from sort of a lot of things in real life. A lot of different games as well.
Yeah.
Sort of you can blame things, say in League of Legends, you could blame things in Hearthstone, but you can't really blame anything in Smash apart from maybe a bit of balance.
See, it's more like
and how you play.
I don't think one thing that really gets me is people saying a game is unbalanced. What they really mean is not every character is as good as each other. A game inherently where both players can pick any character, I believe, is a balanced game, because I have the opportunity to pick Bayonetta just as much as you have the opportunity to pick Bayonetta. It's our personal.
That's actually a good way of
it's
looking
our
at
personal choice to play a character that's not as good as the best.
Yeah,
character.
I was saying, I put it on Twitter the other day, like, how can people complain about the character that they choose to play? Like, I choose to play Pikachu in Melee,
and
but I'm not going to complain that I lose to, like, Marth, because Marth's got a fat off sword. I can choose Marth if I want to choose Marth.
Yeah, you could play. I mean, you play Pikachu, but people have been known to say that.
Yeah, if
Pikachu
I want to choose Fox, I'll choose
Fox.
Fox. Like, I'm not going to choose a character that's inherently not as good as the others and then complain about it. There's no point. Like,
yeah, and like, I can understand people, pointing out what's bad about their character. I can understand people saying, "Oh, like, blah blah blah, like this matchup's bad." I can understand people, saying these things, and even in frustration, saying their character's bad. What I can't understand is in a completely neutral situation, people genuinely believing their character is bad, yet still going forward and playing them. That doesn't make sense if you're trying to pursue a game competitively.
Yeah, I remember watching I just saw it on my feed, like Halios was like analysing Rob, Alec Dink's Rob versus his Olimar, and he was just saying like, oh yeah, Olimar's a bad character.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I mean, I respect you playing the same character as I do, but he's not that bad.
I think
he has some. Olimar's insane if you do really if you.
I think Luigi's broken. Like, I genuinely believe Luigi is a broken character. Like, when you think, like, there are 5 characters in the game where you grab them at 0 and they should literally just die. Like, how is that fair?
Then get grabbed.
There's characters where you grab them. Okay, 1 second.
Yeah.
Is he gonna get his combos out? Oh shit. I know, I never actually thought about looking at the balance like that before.
That makes sense.
That's actually quite enlightening.
Sorry, I've just come back. I've got my book. Where is it? Where is my page? There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. There are 19 characters where if I grab them in a certain percent window, the poke combo is completely true. That means that they should just die. Like,
I thought you were going to say there's 19 pages of 0 to death combos in this book.
No. But either way, there's, like, Luigi can take stocks at 0 with down B. Like, I have taken stocks with 0 at down B because people have become greedy off stage against me, and I just go, okay, down B. And then they just die. They literally just die. There was one game against Magna where I had enough rage where I grabbed him at the ledge at 0, went down throw, forward air, down B, and it was completely true. Like, and there was nothing he could do. He just died because I dragged him under Final Destination. Like, you know how it goes in the V. Like, I just dragged him into the corner of the V, and because he's Lucas, he just couldn't recover from there. Because he couldn't get an angle where he'd be able to recover.
Disgusting,
and
dude.
Yeah, like, I think Luigi is genuinely, like broken. But I think characters just in general, there are characters that are better than him, because they, like, outclass him in the neutral, outclass him in general kill confirms, which Luigi doesn't have other than, the poke combo. He doesn't have, like, proper kill confirms. He like, his actual kill confirms, or, like, genuine kill confirms, are really specific. So he'll have, like, up air, back air off the stage. Or he'll have, like, he actually has reverse hit up air on the ground to foxtrot ra back air, which is a true combo and kills. It kills at, like, 100-ish on most characters. And the hitbox to get that back air hitbox is so small. No, the up air hitbox, sorry. To knock them up properly is so small, like, it's just unrealistic.
Yeah. Okay, so, I mean, we were talking about how Smash was a spectator sport, because we were talking about the commentary part, so we might want... we went very far off.
Yeah, sorry, I'm good at sort of going on tangents.
That's fine, that was my fault.
And yeah, so I enjoy watching it from a spectator side, because I get to enjoy what I like about Smash, while not, feeling, like, anxious or feeling down on myself because I lost, or feeling like I need to win this match because I'm ranked as a better player than someone, I'm seen as a better player than someone, or whatever, or, and I like commentating because I get to, I don't know, just have an active sort of role in the game without playing the game.
I wanted to mention while we're on the topic, like, the thing about spectating Smash for me, like, the thing I question a lot is the merit people who don't play Smash get from it. Because from my point of view, like, if I didn't know what any of these things what any of this was, what any of this was happening was, like, just watching it, you go onto Twitch and, like, put on a random stream, I'm not sure how it seems to other people. I think sometimes it might just seem like just flashy, like, dancing around, doing a few combos, and that's, like, just at face value, it just looks kind of cool for a minute, and then it gets kind of boring. But I don't know.
Commentator's a very good way of teaching people how to, how the game works. If you, like, sort of went, oh, what's a Smash tournament like? And then you can listen to the commentator explain what's going on.
I think, commentary is one of the things that kind of draws people in, because it makes the things that seem arbitrary more hype, and, like, it kind of, like, I love watching all sorts of fighting games. I don't understand them. I don't understand what move he's doing or whatever, but I like watching the combo strings and watch the damage go down and just the two people interacting with each other. Like, I watch a lot of Street Fighter. I don't play the game at all. But I really enjoy watching it, and it's just because of how, like, maybe, part of it is coming from a Smash player perspective anyway, because I like watching the footsies and how they get in on each other, and then, they do a combo string and then they reset each other, they look for the mix-ups, all of this sort of stuff, and, even though I don't understand it more, I enjoy watching it, and the commentary definitely helps with that. And that's what I like to think, like, part of what I'm doing as well, is when I commentate a game, I hope that I'm just making it more exciting for the viewers, more informative for the viewers. They can understand stage choices. They can understand why a matchup is good or bad. They can understand what's happening, and then when something cool happens, you get hype, and like getting hype about something inherently gets other people hype about it. Like, I just think commentary is such an important facet of the game, and I do think there are good and bad commentators, obviously, and bad commentary can put you off watching. It's one thing I'm very conscious about when I commentate, is hoping I'm giving the best quality commentary that I can.
I think that
and
I think one of the worst forms of commentary is just like overly technical language and like.
The commentator, my least favourite commentator is it Vicky Kitty? Because she just treats us like babies when we're watching it.
Really?
I think that would appeal to a lot of general spectators.
See, I actually really like the commentary duo Vicky Kitty and Silent Doom, because they are two of the most analytical commentators out there, and I think they do a really good job of it. I think it's more suited to people who understand the game, but I wouldn't say Vicky Kitty babies so much. I think you might feel like she's babying when she's commentating because you know the things she's talking about.
That's true.
Yeah.
But when you actually listen to it objectively, it's very analytical of what's going on, and she understands the flow of the game, which is really important. And it's like you have hype commentators and you have analytical commentators, and there's different types of commentary, and I think Silent Doom and Vicky Kitty are really good at the analytical. Like, Silent Doom's knowledge of the game is incredible, and it really just kind of I just think they're a really good commentary duo.
I don't like commentators who try and use commentary as a way to say, oh yeah, look at how much I know the game, because I've seen commentators go oh yeah, say E-Sam did an up air, and then this commentator will go on about for hours about how Pikachu's up air could combo into another move when E-Sam hasn't even done that.
Yeah, for sure. But
we're running a bit short on time, so do you want to sort of talk about the experience at Albion maybe?
So what happened with Albion, right, was as I said earlier, I all I'd done before that is commentate at Bair Smash, and I really wanted to do commentary at a bigger event, and I thought Albion would be my best sort of shoe-in. Or it would be, it was an event the size where if I didn't get into commentary, I wouldn't really mind. It was, we've got a lot of good commentators in the UK and the EU in general. And I think the UK has the best commentary out of all of the EU, honestly.
Nice voices.
And we have, players like Crispy, we have GP even, Silent Doom.
Doom's
I was coming on to
you were.
But I've Silent and we have some really good commentators in the UK. That's only from London and that sort of area. The North has good commentators, Wales has some good commentators, Southwest.
Shout out to my boy Dan.
Yeah, and so I thought I wouldn't be too disappointed if I didn't get into commentary there, but I wanted to try as much as I can. So leading up to Albion, I was just waiting to see the commentary sort of stuff come out, and I didn't see anything. So I messaged GP and I was like, hey, I really want to do commentary at Albion. Is there any way I could, audition for it or whatever? And he said, oh, it's sorry, we're not doing that just yet. I'll let you know. And whatever. I've forgotten what he said actually. Honestly, but I remember it was something like, we're not doing that stuff yet. We'll let you know later down the line. Then it became a month before Albion, and I remember thinking they've got to have there's got to have been something about it so far. So I messaged GP again. I was like, really sorry to bother you, but I still am really I really want to commentate or at least audition for it. He was like, yeah, sorry, it's just been really busy with Albion, which is, completely understandable. And he was like, oh, the person you need to talk to is Bowie, who's doing all of the commentary.
I thought it was him.
And so I remember I messaged Bowie, I think asking about it, and didn't get a response immediately. But I'm not friends with him on Facebook or anything, so it probably went to his spam browser or whatever. I wasn't, I was just antsy about it. I was like, and so I remember I messaged GP again. It was almost like 2 weeks to Albion at this point or something. And I was like, nothing's happening with the commentary. I'm still really eager to do it, and I'm sorry to be annoying, but I just want to know what's going on. He was like, you know what, I'm glad you brought that up, because it really needs to be seen to. I'll get Bowie to do it. And then almost instantly Bowie messaged me. He was like, yo, sorry, didn't see your last message. I'll do the commentary stuff now. Just there'll be a form going up, and I'll let you know when it's up. The next day, the form went up. I signed up for it, and then it just kind of went from there.
And you did get to do one of the high-pissed sort of sets.
So
Afro versus Ice.
So what happened was the commentary schedule came out, and I was a bit confused because it said I was on the reserves for commentary. So Bowie had been like, "Oh, you're on the team," and I was like, "Awesome!" Like, I thought my my aspirations had kind of come to light, and then the commentary schedule came out, and it said I was on the reserves, and I was like, "Oh, okay, that's a bit, disappointing." And I talked to I actually because I didn't know much about it. I went up to Bowie at the event on the first day, and I was like, "Yo, man, it says I'm on the reserve here for the commentary schedule. I was just wondering if that meant I was just meant to be a backup if someone didn't come in, or if I have time." He was like, "Don't worry about it. You are set to go on. It's just because of how they were doing the slots, there wasn't enough space on all of it, because they were doing it in smaller slots for commentators rather than, so it was meant to be half-hour slots initially across the different setups, and they sort of changed that. So the schedule wasn't clear, if that makes sense. And so that made me quite happy. And he was like, "You'll be commentating tomorrow. I'll let you..."
With your boy Sanji.
Well, I didn't know it was with Sanji then. And he said, "I'll find you tomorrow. Come in with your, gear on, because commentating you have to dress smart." So I had a shirt and a tie, I think. I can't actually remember.
You looked very dank.
And it was. Yeah, you have to dress up smart and stuff. So I came in, and then Bowie found me, and he was like, "All right, Shokii, you're commentating the start of Top 32 on the main stream with Sanji." And I was like, "What?" And so I was kind of rushed on, not rushed on, but I met Sanji 5 minutes before he went, 5 minutes before he went up to the commentary desk, and we talked, and he was like, "Oh, is this your first time commentating on live stream?" I was like, "It's my first time commentating at an event outside of our local." And he was like, "All right," and he gave me some tips. He was like, "Make sure to always sit upright. Make sure never to drink on." That was one big thing. Never to drink on camera. So you had a bottle of water, and when we got to drink was between the matches, so it was, you didn't drink during the match, you drank at the very start or at the very end before it cut to the commentator cam, and it's just all of these things. He gave really good advice, and we sat there and we were just getting ready, talking, and then we had a little picture taken where I managed to make myself look awful.
You look very handsome.
Somehow, yeah,
should I put it up on the
video?
Just quickly pop it up.
And and I just remember we commentated. The first set we got was Afro Smash versus I Studying.
That was so good.
Which was,
in fact, I watched that last night and I got a really good comment I just want to quickly share, because I just went down the comments. This guy put, people seeing this guy is good, but he's doing the same thing any Samad would do.
Any Samad?
Yeah, any Samad.
Oh my god.
And then underneath he just puts, I'm just salty, sorry.
And yeah, it's
The thing is, you got likes on that comment, the first comment as well, so I'm really like, poor
to be
Afro,
fair,
man. Getting burnt by
to
this
be
guy.
fair, that's the same with every character. Like, like, it's one thing Magna's always said, like, I always say, like, I don't understand how Elegant's playstyle works and that. And Magna always just says, when I watch Elegant, I just see him do the exact same things you do, just better. And, like, it's true. That's the same for every character, surely. It's like, the top players...
If you don't have an understanding of the character, then you just see it as a normal play.
Like, the top players, like, they just do what everyone does with the character, just better. Like, that's just how it is. But, yeah, I commentated that match, and it was so cool, because, like, Afro is someone who I've met and talked to personally on multiple occasions. And, yeah, and so... And
really
obviously, and he's a Southwest player, and it was really cool, because I got to commentate his game first up, and it was so cool commentating the game, and it was, I want to say it was one of the hypest games of Albion.
Potentially, yeah.
Like,
other than, like, Magi. Yeah.
I mean, you got that, like, Super Semi Magi.
Oh, yeah. But, yeah, it was just so cool for that being the game I got to start off with. And then I got to commentate Ixis versus Purple H. I got to...
Oh, he was in my pool. Purple H.
Ixis. Purple H is so good. Like, so good.
Yeah.
And I got to commentate Magi versus... I got to commentate Magi versus Gluttony, which was so weird.
I think I watched that. Yeah, I watched that
because,
one.
Like people...
It was Bowser Jr. versus Wario,
and so one thing, like, a lot of Southwest people know I have sort of a Wario now, like, just because I enjoy playing Wario. Back then, I knew basically nothing about Wario or his setups, so commentating it was actually quite hard, like, because before that, I'd known the characters I was commentating, so I'd really known, like, what they can do, like, frame data stuff, technical stuff, matchup stuff, all of this. Then it got to Bowser Jr. versus Wario, and I knew nothing. Like, I was like, oh my god. And so I was just... Commentating was hard. I think, like, watching it back, I think you could tell both me and Zant G were sort of struggling with it a bit. But, like, I think we still did a good job. And that was, hopefully.
Yeah.
But it was... Yeah, commentating... I ended up commentating for about 45 minutes instead of 30. And we commentated all of the mainstream top 32 matches up until top 8 or top 4, I think it was. I've forgotten when they brought it back onto mainstream. No, I think it was top...
Was it Melee?
Was it top 8 on? Because they after us it was Melee, and then I've forgotten if they did top 8 or top 4.
I think it was 8.
That would make sense. But that was, it was top 8 with Bowie and Silent Doom. Yeah. Which is, obviously the best commentary duo in the UK. And then I could have done more on the side streams. Like, I was given opportunities to do it, but I was like, no, I think I want to leave it there. Like, that... Like... Yeah, it just... That's... I got my real first sort of taste of top level commentary, or like top, you know what I mean, like
And would you do it again?
In a heartbeat. If I got the opportunity to do any commentary event again, I'd do it, and I think I'd even try to do it better. Well, obviously I'd try to do it better, but I'd want to do more research, do more everything. Just I love the commentary side of the game, and I love commentating.
Yeah.
And and just the whole of Albion and the everything was so good. Like, I got to meet Jay Miller, which was one of the big things for me. I got to.
I remember you were hyped when you saw him. You're like, oh
Yeah,
my god,
and
that's Jay
so
Miller over there.
I met him and I had a conversation with, like, a long conversation, like, oh, hi, I'm Shokii from your stream. And at that point, I think I was a subscriber then, but I can't remember. And he was like, oh, hi, and we had, like, this really cool conversation.
And he refused your hug.
And then I ended up... What? I never went for a hug, man.
Bullshit.
Oh, yeah, was that a meme?
So.
Was that...
I can't remember who started.
I remember something being a meme.
I think it was
about
Magnet said that you went for a hug and then he refused it.
Oh, right. Yeah, probably. But no, I never went for a hug. I'm not that much of a gym. But,
You kind of
what the fuck? But yeah,
Right.
I got to meet Jay Miller, and then the commentary side was what actually. So I got to meet and play against Jay Miller, which was a really big thing for me. Then I actually on Albion Day 2, I met Silent Doom, and I was like, "Hi, I'm a big fan." One thing actually, I want to say this: I did not realise Silent Doom was so tall. He is
pretty
so tall.
He's tall?
Like,
No. Wait,
it
what?
Kyrrone
oh,
tall?
taller. He is definitely taller than you.
I don't know.
He is
I think I've
definitely
only
taller
seen
than
him sat
Kyrrone.
down. Like, I played friendlies with him at like
Yeah,
majors
like-
or EU majors.
I think I came up to his chest or
Yeah,
something.
but you're a small guy.
Yeah, but like even then, I think I'm higher than that on Kyrrone. But either way, like he is tall. But yeah, I talked to him and I was like, "Oh, hi! Like I'm a big fan of your commentary. I'm actually an aspiring commentator myself, and I just commentated top 32." He was like, "Oh, awesome! Yeah, you're Shokii, right? Yeah. Do you want me to like analyze your commentary or anything?" And he said, you know, it's something that I was going to ask him anyway, but he just said it, and I was like, yeah, that would be amazing. And so he just offered to analyze my commentary, give me any advice and stuff like that, which I thought was amazing. Like, just a player offering to go out of their way, like, just a figure offering to go out of their way like that, and give people the help. And literally, I woke up the next day, literally the next day, to a Twitter message from Silent Doom, where and he just sent this long paragraph of advice and what he liked about my commentary, what I should improve on and stuff like that. And it was so good, like, literally the next day. Like, I never would have expected someone to do that. Like, that's incredible when you think about it. Like, I forget to post the next Bair Smash tournament page the next day. Like, that's, like, it, and that, I think it meant, well, I know it meant a lot to me. Just someone had, someone took their time out of their day to actually do that. And
yeah, that must be amazing.
and then I went on Aperture's stream, I remember, and I was like, "Yo, what's up?" Blah blah blah. And I didn't even meet him at Albion. He was like, "Yo, you're Shokii, the guy who commentated, right?" Like, because I commentated one of his sets as well. I've forgotten who it was. Who was it? Aperture versus... It might have been Sabaka, but I'm not sure.
Dude, I don't want to be like rude, but like we're sort of reaching
Don't
of
be
point
rude,
where
but
I
fuck
want to
you.
like stop recording. So like, if you sort of want to, nah, just like sort of. We're running a bit low on time now, so.
Sure. Yeah. Sorry. I went into Aperture's stream. He was like, "Yo," and we had a little chat and that, and it was really cool. And he actually like devoted a whole stream to the Luigi Sonic matchup, which I told him I struggled in, and he like devoted a whole stream to just explaining it and teaching it, and I'm still awful at it. But yeah, so Albion was just a really massive, cool experience. I definitely want to commentate again at that sort of level of commentary, and it definitely showed me that I really want to progress with commentary. Although I haven't done anything really since Albion, just because I haven't really had the opportunity. But I think I don't have any more to say on commentary. Just meeting Silent Doom, Jay Miller, all of those people. Just Albion was a really good experience, and commentating is really cool.
Well, yeah, thank you for coming on, dude. That was very insightful. Learned a lot about the commentary side of Smash. And
Yeah, I think
I've
it's
never done.
quite fitting. Like,
And,
we spent a lot of time talking about commentary because it is like you were saying, it's like, almost the biggest part of Smash for you, as well as spectating as well.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'd usually ask you to say all the sort of your social media followers, but if you just want to send that to me, I'll put it in the description.
Sure. Yeah.
So that people can check you out.
On Twitter, I'm literally just at Bair Smash Shokii, and that's the only thing I really use for.
We have Twitch as well.
Other than my Twitch,
okay. And
than my Twitch, which is BS_Shokii. Well, twitch.tv/BS_Shokii. Sorry. Yeah.
I'm amazed we actually managed to talk about Smash for the whole hour and a half. I thought we'd get to an hour in and just start talking about random stuff.
It depends how it goes.
I'm generally quite a talkative person anyway. I can go on a tangent quite easily.
That was good.
Yeah.
I think that showed a few times. But yeah, thank you for coming on, dude.
Problem. Yeah, if you want to obviously put my social media stuff in below and whatever. But
just send that to me right after we record and I'll...
Yeah, sure. Thanks for having me. It was really cool. Definitely got to talk about a lot. Glad if I gave you any insights on balanced game stuff as well.
That was... I think... Yeah, taught me quite a lot today.
Big brain Shokii.
Yeah. Thanks. It's just some shock opinions.
Okay.
Alright.
We're going to peace now, so peace. Oh, thank you.
I hope anyone can manage to stay through the hour and a half.
I actually have some fans, like my boy Fast Fusion watches.
Oh, really? Awesome.
Shouts out to him.
So, anyone who stayed until the end, leave a
like, subscribe. We need subscribers.
Leave BS Shokii is cool.
What, in the comments?
Yeah, or hashtags Angie carried him.
Put in the comments, J Miller refused Shokii's hug. If you watch this part.
Right.
Yeah.
Bye, hate you all.
Alright, peace guys.
Bye.